Hello and welcome to the Walking Talking Topic on Histograms, question number 3 with me, Mr. Barton. Right, what's happening here? Jack arranged a raffle to raise money. He draws a histogram to show the distribution of the money. Perfect. But flipping heck, Jack has forgotten to write the scale on the vertical axis. That seems to be a regular occurrence on these histogram questions. He knows that 40 people raised £50 or less. Calculate an estimate for the total money raised. Okay, so the bottom line is we need to figure out what this scale is that Jack has conveniently forgot to write down. Using this information, 40 people raised £50 or less. So that is that's my cut off there. There's my £50. And what I've got to think of is I know that the area of this and this has got to be equal to 50. Because that's wrong. Got to be equal to 40 because I've got a frequency of 40. I know that there's got to be 40 people together in this and this bar here. So those areas together have got to equal 40. Now I'll show you another little technique here. If it's built up into squares, just have a quick count of the squares because that might just help you figure out what this scale is. So how many squares have we got going here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, in fact, why am I counting there? Let's save a bit of time. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares going across and 3 squares going up. So we've got 24 squares in that first group there. What about this second group here? We've got a height of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll just check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we've got 2 going across, so that's 16 squares. Now if you add 24 and 16 together, you get 40 squares. Now the reason that's really useful is because we know that there are 40 people in total here and between these two groups, because it tells us here, and we know the area of this and this has got to equal 40. Well, if there's 40 squares, that tells me that 1 square has got to be equal to 1 person. Now that's really useful now because we've now got how many are in each group, because if this has got 24 squares in it, then I know the area of that's got to be 24. And if this has got 16 squares in it, I know the area of that's got to be 16. Now, so I can actually work out the answer to this without ever having need to work out the frequency density, because I can just count the squares. I'll show you how to work out the frequency density just in case you want it, just to double check we've got it, and we can do it fairly easily from this one here. If we take this rectangle here, you've got an area of 24. You've got a base there from 0 to 40, so you've got a base of 40. So it's got, and your area is 24, so we don't know what the height is. But we know that 40 times by whatever my height is has got to equal 24. If you rearrange that, then your height has got to be 24 divided by 40, which looks like it's a horrendous fraction. But if you just divide top and bottom by 8, I think you get 3/5. So each one of those squares has just got to be 0.2, 1/5 in height. So that's going to be 0.6 and so on. So you can work out your frequency density like that. But why would you bother? 1 square is 1 person, so armed with that technique, we're laughing here because that's got a height of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and a width of 2. So that's going to have 18 squares or 18 people in there. That's got, well, we need to save ourselves a little bit more time here. That must have a height of 10, if it, 11. I'll just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and a width of 2. So that's 22 people. We've got one more here, so that must be a height of 12, so that must be 24 people. This must be the same as that, so that must be 18 people. And this fan has got a height of 1 and 2 across, so 2 people. So we can just do it from counting the squares. And as I say, if you're not happy counting the squares, if you prefer to do frequency density, you can see that it's the same thing. That had a height of 0.2. We worked out every square up was 0.2. That's got a width of 10 from 90 to 100, and 10 times 0.2 is 2. So it all works out. Anyway, all we've got to do is add those up to get our answer. Now, it might be on a non-calculator this, but I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty tired here, so let's just bang these onto a calculator. 24 plus 16 plus 18 plus 22 plus 24 plus 8, oh for God's sake, plus 18 plus 2. Add them together and I reckon there is 124 people. So my little advice for you there is, whenever you're asked to work out how many people, by all means you can use your technique of frequency density and all that. But just have a little count of the squares. You never know when that might just pay dividends.